Hey there and welcome to this probably chaotic video because I want to see if I can pull it off to make a pose within 20 minutes. Well, not one pose but a family pose, so posing 3 Sims basically. This is so chaotic. Actually I would delete these first. There's also another shadow thing that I want to delete, and I also hate these lamps. This is gonna be chaotic because I'm not sure if I can talk for 20 minutes. I might edit some parts out, but I can ramble on for 20 minutes, so maybe that works. Oh no, that's her. And wait, I'm gonna start with him. I think this is more difficult to talk while making the pose because it's kind of distracting me, to be honest. So I don't know how this goes. I think it would be way faster if I wouldn't talk. Oh man, I can't. Wait, I could just go like that. That's Orion, I think. Exactly. Move this forward. Rotate that a little bit. Okay, now Jane's key targets. Gonna move these over there. Also move these forward. Okay, just so that I can distinguish them a little bit better. Okay, Jane is sitting. That's perfect. I'm gonna rotate XX. No, that's not what I wanted. Because I think, actually, my idea was because I think I'm rather quick when it comes to making poses. But we'll see how quick I am when I have to talk. And I actually never timed myself while making poses. So maybe I just think I'm quick and I'm not really quick. Rotate XX. Because I don't really need to think much, because I have enough practice, I think, that I don't have to overthink or look up how to do certain things. It's kind of like more like muscle memory at this point. Wait, gotta do it like this. And I know what keys I need to use. But yeah, as I said, I've never actually timed myself, so I'm not sure how quick I actually am. And to make it more difficult, I also have a toy down here that I want Orion to hold, so that she's kind of playing with her daughter. Oh yeah. Oh, this would be. I'm feeling stressed because this is timed. Where are her hands, by the way? I think no, those are not her. Oh, over here. 1 hand, 2 hand. Moving those up and to the side. I can also rotate them like that. Okay. Cute. I'm gonna sit her down a little bit, maybe rotate her a bit more like that, and also rotate this. And now the feetsies, like that. Might rotate that a little bit more so that it's like this, and I want him to hold her. Oh man, the bench. So that's something. I'm not quite sure how he can hold her though, if he just... Oh, how about if you just have your hand on her like that? Oh, that's cute. That he's kind of holding her leg over there. That's cute. Apparently she can already hold her head on her own. Maybe rotate her a little bit more like that. I mean, I could also move her that she's sitting a little bit closer, and she could also rotate YY that she's leaning a little bit more against her dad, and I could also rotate X. Although no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it the other way around. Maybe he rotates at Z. And oh wait, I also want him to be rotated a little bit more. Could also a little bit like that. By the way, that's my tip, to have less stiff poses, to just keep rotating those single bones, just because otherwise they might look too straight. So it helps to actually rotate as much as you can, or move as much as you can. I mean, obviously if you want a sim that's sitting perfectly straight and with a good posture, it makes sense. But if you want them to be hunched a little bit, I would move them just so that it looks a little bit more dynamic. Rotate XX. Okay. Because you can see she's kind of sitting too straight, so I might do a bit more like that, and like that, and also I'm gonna rotate this. Okay, so I just looked at the clock, it's like 4 minutes or something, almost 5, and I have like the basic idea down almost. I mean, she still needs to hold. And then I just need the fine-tuning is also a little bit tedious, the fingers. Wait, with what hand is she holding the teddy? Probably with her left, so I could put it this like this hand over here on her leg, rotate ZZ, so that she has this hand over here, also a bit more like that. I'm gonna rotate this like this a little bit more. Okay, and then she could, or actually I should rotate her a little bit more towards her daughter, so that I'm gonna do this and rotate ZZ, that she's kind of leaning towards her, basically like that, and rotate XX maybe a little bit more. I mean, she could also sit a little bit closer to them. Oh, you know what, he could also just have his, okay, no, this hand doesn't make any sense more. I mean, she could also have it on his leg. I don't know. Okay, that obviously takes time if I have to think about that, so maybe don't think about it too much. Although I don't hate it. Could totally do that if I do like this. By the way, I also really like using my own Sims, just because this way I don't have any clipping issues. And you know what, I could also let him lean a little bit more forward like that. And I mean, he could look to Orion. Also with the head, that's also something I usually don't only just rotate the head, but also the neck, or although I kind of like how he's looking. Although no, I think I'm gonna let him look to Orion and not to his daughter, but she obviously needs to look to her daughter, so rotate YY and also Z. This might be also easier if I would have an IK target at the head or the neck. Rotate ZZ. Okay, now I'm gonna move her hands a little bit like that too. By the way, it doesn't matter if I can't do that in 20 minutes, but I'm hoping to get it done in 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see. Maybe I should redo this without talking, although I think it's actually working quite fine. Now I'm kind of struggling though, because I don't know how she could hold it. Rotate, well, I'm just gonna do like that. And maybe rotate it like this, so that she can hold it. Just need to figure out how she holds it. I think that's gonna be the tricky part. Because, I don't know. Gotta get the hand towards the toy. I should have picked an easier toy because it's kind of weirdly shaped, which might make it a bit more difficult. We'll see. Also, posing hands I find still a little bit tricky. I mean, I could do it like that to make them look not weird. I mean, if she kind of grabs it like that. I don't know. Does that make sense? No, it does not make sense. Or make way more sense. And that's what I mean. If she has her thumb over here and grabs with her other fingers. I'm gonna just try like that and hope that this works the way I want it to. Yeah, and there, this thing has a weird shape, which makes it quite difficult to grab. I don't know how to do this. This is gonna slow me down for sure. Maybe if I rotate that along the y-axis. This is why I'm kind of struggling. I should have picked a different toy. How are they holding that in the game? I mean, especially the infants with their tiny hands. I mean, maybe like that it works. Yeah, now if I would rotate that like this. Oh, that could work. Hold on, let's see. I think this is probably the most tricky part here. Wait. Gotta move this back a little. Grabbing this toy. Okay. And again, I think I just gotta rotate this and along the X, like that. And now rotate Z, rotate Y. This looks so weird. I don't know. Rotate Z. Gotta rotate this back. And we're the thumbs. Maybe I should export my Sims with with nail polish, because I never quite know how to rotate that. Wait, I think like that. Exactly, okay. This does it look realistic? I hope so. I don't know. Could just also do it like this. Does this work? Yes. Kinda looks like she's choking the toy a little bit. If I do it like this. I mean, I could also move this down and now try that again. This looks so weird. Oh no. Does this make sense? It looks, I don't know. So also maybe I just need to do it like this. Ah, no. Why? Wait. Maybe if I move this back a little bit. Yeah, and now maybe rotate that. There's clipping a little bit. I want it to be this. No. Although rotate Y and now get it a bit closer. Oh yeah, I think that could work. That seems to me making sense. Okay, now this hand. Gonna rotate this a little bit like that, maybe even like this. And this I also makes it way easier than if I would have to rotate every bone on the fingers. This makes it so much more, and that's why I thought, oops, that's not what I wanted. That's what I meant with it. I think that I'm quite fast, although it might look very, I might watch this editing and be like, oh, that's so slow. I don't know. But I think since this is not my first post, I think, you know, after a while you just get the process down and you don't really think much about it. You know what keys, what shortcuts you need to use. And then it's not that difficult. And so that's why I think I'm not that slow, because I don't really have to think much while doing that. Because you just get into a workflow, and if you have tricks like this and you're not rotating every single bone, it's actually quite, which is time consuming if you would do that. This makes, I don't know, I think this is just way easier. Also with the hand or the ankles and the hands. It's not what I mean, but I can't think of the word right now. It makes way more easier if you can just move them instead of rotating the shoulders. I hope it makes sense. If you've ever done poses in The Sims, for The Sims, you probably know what I mean. If not, maybe I can show that later what I mean. Maybe in another video, I don't know. Wait, I'm gonna try how this looks first. Rotate YY, maybe X as well. And now I can move this a little bit more like that. And I think also need to rotate this, and I still rotate it like that. Okay, that's cute. And now I could rotate YY a little bit. Cute. Ah, I think also here to make it a little bit more dynamic, I'm gonna move this as well. And like that. Oh, I just looked at the time. I've already been working on this for 50 minutes. It was the toy that was so time consuming, I think. Maybe not. Does this even make sense if he's... I don't know. Maybe he should just put his arm down here. Maybe that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, if I have to think about that, that obviously takes me a little bit of time. But I think it makes more sense if he has it on the bench and not on her shoulder. It seems a bit more relaxed, and it's not like a photo pose, it's more like they're sitting on the bench and she's playing with their kid type of pose. I don't know. Gonna need to rotate this a little bit more. And like that. Move it down. Okay, I think now I got it. Gonna move this a little bit. Now again I can just move this a little bit. Move this down. Hope it doesn't look too weird. I'm not even sure if you could see that in the end. We'll see. That's what I mean, it's not quite easy. It's quite difficult to talk while this might be so boring. I don't know. I don't even know quite what to talk about. But maybe it's interesting, especially if you also create poses and you haven't thought about doing it like this. Maybe that might be you know, if you really don't use those AK targets, that might be definitely an idea to do that. Okay, so I just need basically, wait, I also want to rotate these because it's so much easier to just rotate that instead of and move it like that instead of that's not what I wanted. Gonna move this more like, well, I could move it like this instead of just rotating it at these bones and doing it like that and moving the foot like this. I think it's just way easier to do it like that. Okay, now I obviously kind of messed up a little bit because she's already sitting on her slab, but I could do it like this. Although that's cute, I think. Okay, now her hands. I still need to rotate, or the fingers at least. Maybe she could reach for the toy. Oh, I also need to make the faces. Oh no, I'm definitely not gonna be done in 20 minutes. I won't get that because I also still need to get the faces done, and this also takes a little bit. Too bad, but I mean 30 minutes is also okay. I mean it's kind of quite tedious with all the details, and I mean those are basically 3 poses. So by the way, because I also just thought of that, I like if I have props like the teddy bear with my poses, I kind of prefer using them. Also it's easier to make, but I prefer using them to have them in as a build by object instead of a Create-A-Sim accessory, because this way I don't have to get into Create-A-Sim to, and you know, if I had multiple poses it would be a way more difficult to go to change the prop after a pose, and it's so much easier to just get rid of the item after I took a screenshot or a photo of my sim instead of every. That's kind of tricky right now. I probably can't make my point across right now because I'm so distracted, but I just prefer using, I don't want it to do like this. Maybe I have to do it like that. Cute. Okay, I think rotate Y. Okay, and now this hand as well. Doesn't have to be perfect, just that there's a little bit that the hand isn't the default hand. That there's a little bit of change. Like that. I mean, I could also do it like this. Does it look weird? I mean, it obviously looks weird if she's having it like that, but if I have this more over here, maybe rotate it a little bit, or more like this. Or maybe like that. Okay, and now this little girl also needs a smile. By the way, that's not even their daughter. It's just another sim that where I already had the file prepared. Cute. Maybe open this. And also over here, like a big smile. She's happy. I don't want them obviously to smile as well. Is she looking at her daughter? I think I need to rotate the eyes a little bit to the left. And that's more annoying. I don't know how many times I clicked now. Okay. This is a little bit more tricky in The Sims 4 than in The Sims 4. Is she now looking at her? Or did I do it too much? I mean, I could rotate it back a little. Oh, cute. Not what I wanted, but still cute. Like that. Cute. Okay. But this is a little bit more tricky in The Sims 4 than for The Sims 3 because you have to click 5 times to catch the eye or the eyeball to rotate that. In The Sims 3 it's I think 3 times, and also with the eyelets you have to click multiple times, which just makes it a bit more difficult than in The Sims 3 where you just have to click I think once for the upper eyelid, twice for the lower eyelid. Oh, look at her. Orion has the most beautiful smile, by the way, and then 3 times to get the eyeball, and here you have like 2 bones more, and if you can, it moves this, and I never use that. Maybe I should just hide that so that I don't click on that all the time, but I'm not going to do that right now because I would need to take time to find this bone over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna give him a smile as well. Big smile. Okay, I need to. I might also, so that it doesn't look too weird, move this as well. A little bit up. By the way, if you have tips for facial expressions and for especially also smiles and to make them look a little bit better. He looks a little bit serious, so I'm just gonna move this up as well a little bit. And he... Wait, rotate by Y. I think I'm gonna move his eyes as well so that he's actually looking at her. I didn't even count. I'm so proud of myself that I got this. Cool. Okay. Did I miss anything? I think that's it. So it took me like 23 minutes actually. I mean, I also had everything already loaded in, and I still need to save all those poses and export them to Sims 4 Studio. So probably everything all together to make a pose pack probably will take me about half an hour for those 3 poses. But actually creating those poses took me a little more, about 20 minutes. It would have been less if it was like a family looks into the camera pose without the toy thing, because I think this is where I kind of where it took me a little bit more time to figure this part out. I think it would be easier to just have a, where she's leaning against them and they're looking all to the camera. But yeah, actually it didn't take me too long, I think. So I'm actually very happy. I kind of feel like I missed something, but I think that's okay. I mean, his hand I could maybe still fix, but you can't see that anyway, so yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions, just ask. And yeah, I hope I see you in another one. Bye.